Good day everyone, and welcome back to Star Atlas today, your news source for everything that's Star Atlas related. Now, I haven't been able to update you over the weekend. I was in Italy and the internet's really bad over there. But let's get right into it, the Townhall update. First off, we had the winner of the Star Atlas writing competition, which that person won 100,000 grape, quite a lot of money. We also had a member of the Alessio family come and present us the intro to the Star Atlas Guild. Now, I've mentioned this report in my last video, and if you're still wondering which guild to join, I would highly recommend you to take a look into that document. So I'll put a link into the description. But basically, what you'll find in that document is all the description of some of the guilds, not all of them. So you see the table here with, I'd say, the most prominent guilds that we currently have in Star Atlas, and you'll have a description of every one of these guilds. There's quite a lot of information, the founder, how you can reach them, their contact links, and a description about what kind of guild they are and what they do, what they want to focus on, what's their lore. So take a look into that, and that'll give you a lot of information if you still haven't found a guild. Now, like I said, these are just some of the guilds. If you want to have more of these guilds, you can go into the Discord channel of the Star Atlas. There's a link in the description as well if you want to reach out into the Discord channel. The week recap. So last week was quite eventful. We had the faction selection, which was made possible. So if you go now on the Star Atlas website, you'll see in the leaderboard, you can connect your wallet, and then there's a button that appears here and it says faction choosing, and you can choose the faction that you want. Now, just a note on the faction selection, Michael in the Townhall confirmed that when you select a faction, your return on investment in that faction will be a function of the total asset value or the total players in that faction. So if you join a faction that has a lower total asset value, like in this case, the Ooster, your return will be much higher because they want to create this system of balancing where the least total asset value in a faction will have a disadvantage in terms of player or in terms of asset value, but instead their return on investment will be higher, and over time this should balance itself and compensate. So just consider this when you're choosing a guild. And like I said, you can refer to the guild guide if you want to choose your guild. Another thing that happened this week was the new ships that we saw in the market, the Fimble Ecos Grenadier and the Pearce F4. I didn't participate in neither of these asset sales, but after watching the price of the Pearce F4 go down lower, I decided to actually buy one. So my reason for not buying one was that I thought that they were a bit expensive for the rarity. I mentioned that in my previous video, but I considered also that the Pearce F4 actually has some nice attributes. So just if we look at the description, one thing that I found amazing is that it has a weapon, which is pretty good, but it also has cargo that you can hold as freight, and I think there was some mention about refueling, fuel storage. So these kind of made me think that it was a good all-rounder. You know, it's a ship you can use for fighting, it's a ship that you can use for fuel storage, for freight. So if there's one ship that I wanted to have in my arsenal, that would be the one. And another thing that made me change my mind also is that the return on investment will depend on the origination price. So it doesn't really matter what price you pay. If it's rare or not, you'll still get the return depending on the origination price. And this is why buying some more expensive ships that have gone up in value is maybe not the best thing to do, because you won't be compensated for that higher price that you're going to pay. So when I saw this ship going down to 2,300, I decided to buy one. And I'm pretty glad that the price went up recently as well. Another thing that happened this week was the trailer, which was fully released. Previously, we had seen a small little bit. It was, I think, 30 seconds. And now they just released the full trailer. So if you haven't seen that video, it's really worth checking out. I'll put the link as well in the description. Then we had more information about the gameplay, and on that note, we also have more information on every single ship. So if you look at the description in the marketplace, you'll see that there's much more information than what we used to have. So every one of the ships has been updated with these new informations. So you can check this out. That's quite interesting. And Michael has also talked about the cost structure in game. So he said that every ship, if you do a mission, there will be some costs associated to it, whether it's fuel, repairs, food consumption. So when you're doing a mission, you're going to earn some Atlas that are correlated to the price of your ship and the items that you're putting or committing into that mission. So I think that might include also if you're going with skins or with some special crew, that will affect the return. But the return will always be based on the initial cost. So that's something to take in mind as well. So overpaying for some assets might not be the best idea here, because it all depends on the initial cost of these items. Now at the moment there's two priorities for the team. The first one is the development of the minigame, which should come end of October to early November. So they want us to be able to utilize our ships as soon as possible, and I think that definitely is something that should be on the priority list, the game launch. And the other priority for the team is the launch of the DAO, so the Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Once this is set up, we will be able to stake polis, make some decisions. For example, enforcing the payment of ships with Atlas. Currently, we can buy ships with USDC, but a lot of people have been wanting to exclude USDC of the system and only include Atlas. So that would be one of the decisions that we could vote on, or a proposal that we could make and then vote on it. That's just one of the examples. This building of the Master DAO is something that is on their priority as well. What that means is that eventually, when guilds are built, all they do is have this plug and play decentralized autonomous organization that they can connect to, and then things that are actually valid right now in Axie Infinity, so like lending your assets to scholars, this will be something that will be enabled for them, for every guild in Star Atlas. So this is currently being developed by a third party. There's no time estimation for that yet, but I'm guessing it's going to come soon after the game launch. A quick little update on the Polis token and the Atlas token. So we've had a nice appreciation in the past week, but since the 5th of October, the markets have been pretty lackluster, and I think it's not just Polis, it's not just Atlas, but the whole Solana ecosystem has been underperforming. That is to the contrary of Bitcoin, which has seen quite an appreciation in the last week, and Ethereum has stayed pretty flat as well. But if you look at any token in the Solana system, it has tended to outperform. And just an update on the giveaway for the Pearce X4. So I've made the raffle. I've included the video for everybody's for transparency. You can watch it. I didn't list it on YouTube. You can see it as an unlisted video. But basically, Captain Lojar won, so I sent him the ship this evening, and I hope he enjoys it. So that's it for the update today. I'll keep you guys updated if there's any news. My plans for this week, or this and the next, is to issue 2 videos. One would be about the ship prices and how the economics of the game will affect them. And I wanted to also remake a video about how to use the dexes on the Solana platform. I think a lot of people have been asking questions, and my last one maybe wasn't the clearest, but I wanted to make a full-on tutorial so that everybody knows how this works. So that's it for this week, and I'll keep you guys updated if there's any new information that comes out. Have a good day.